Shan! Shan! What's with the car intro?
Oh no.
Well, I couldn't afford a luxury car to do an unboxing, so thought, why not at least an intro?
You are not Babaji to unbox a smartphone driving a fancy sports car.
What's up guys, TechShan here back with another video. Every once in a while, there'll be a smartphone which will go on to check on every aspect at a super impressive pricing which consumers would love to grab. Well, here is one smartphone of that class. The all-new Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. Max is the top-end lineup in the Note 10 series launched by Xiaomi. In this video, let's unbox this. Wait. How about we unbox all three color variants of the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max and take a look at what this super hyped phone has to offer. So, make sure to smash your like button and subscribe so that you don't miss some amazing tech content. I mean it guys. Hope you'll do it. Alright. This is the retail box of the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. What I have here is the 6GB RAM with 128GB storage model. Colors that I have is vintage bronze, dark night, that is basically black, and glacial blue. Contents of the box are exactly the same except different colored phones. Opening up the box, we have a small box with a SIM ejector pin. User guide which I'm 500% sure no one will read. But if you read, you will get to know about the SAR values. Then a soft TPU case. You know, the one that turns dirty and yellow after a few months of usage. Moving on. The phone itself, which we'll get to it in a bit. Then a 33W fast charger in the box, which is good to have in this range. Then finally a Type-C cable for charging. That's about the box. Here is the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max in all its glory. Alright guys, let me give you a quick overview and my initial thoughts on what this device has to offer, so you get an idea. Starting off with the design and build. Design and looks being one major aspect which makes a consumer choose a device, here it is evident that Xiaomi wants to attract consumers. 10 Pro Max has a glass and metal construction. In fact, it's similar to their high-end Mi 10T series. Same design language brought here as you can see. A similar frosted glass back, camera bump, etc. To be honest, I like it, especially the bronze color. It's really good. And here you have the glacial blue, which is also super cool, has that icy feel to it. And finally dark night, which is black. Definitely all these colors are good, but my pick would be first the vintage bronze and the next would be glacial blue. The device overall is not that heavy, but not compact enough to use in one hand given its big display.
Yo Compact King, here he comes. Exclusive TechShan comparison time.
Well, if I have to say, the size of the 10 Pro Max is approximately in the size of 375g Fair and Lovely soap.
What?
Yup, crazy but true. Another exclusive TechShan comparison. Here is a 360 view of what is where as far as this device goes. Next, let's talk display. 10 Pro Max has a big 6.67 inches Full HD Plus Super AMOLED display with a whopping 120Hz refresh rate. And yeah, Gorilla Glass 5, which is all new to the Note series. It supports HDR10 as well. I personally love the display. Vibrant and very good color reproduction. Brightness levels are pretty high with good viewing angles. But the cool thing to note is it has always on feature, which displays some important info. Overall, bundled with good stereo speakers, this is a good display to enjoy multimedia content. Next, about the performance. Well, what drives this device is the Snapdragon 732G octa-core chip bundled with 6GB RAM, Adreno 618 GPU and UFS 2.2 128GB storage. You also get an 8GB RAM model, but for most consumers, I think 6GB would be more than enough. Android 11 on top of MIUI 12 is a smooth experience, except some minor stutters here and there, which were barely noticeable and not much of a hindrance. The 732G is a very capable chip, which can handle most tasks you pull from a smartphone with ease. On the gaming, in my initial test, it was able to handle most of the high-end titles in high settings with no problem. Be it Asphalt 9, Call of Duty Mobile, Free Fire, Mortal Kombat, and hey, you know what? It handles my own game, Shan's Treasure Hunt, buttery smooth. So that's a plus. Join me on my adventure to collect precious gems. From Earth to other alien planets, you will love it. Unlock checkpoint after you complete first 13 levels, battle with supervillains, unlock characters, features and more. It's a super addictive time pass game which you'll totally love as you play and play. If you haven't tried my game, go download it from the Google Play Store and enjoy. Overall, the 732G chip is no slouch. Handles everyday tasks and gaming smoothly. Next, let's talk camera, which is the main selling point of this device. Xiaomi has packed in a 108 megapixel primary sensor with a secondary 8 megapixel ultra wide, a 5 megapixel macro sensor and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. Front, you have a 16 megapixel camera in this super small in-display cutout. Okay, all these numbers look huge, right? But personally, let me tell you this. The higher the megapixel does not always mean better photos. It all comes down to optimization and other things. Keeping that theory aside, here the 108 megapixel camera, even on auto mode, does impress me. I was able to take some stunning shots, good detailing, ample customization options in the app, and the rear camera can shoot videos up to 4K 30fps without stabilization and up to 1080p 60fps. However, stabilization is only available at 30fps. Front camera can shoot up to 1080p 30fps. Here are some sample shots that I took. To sum it up, in my initial test, the camera is really good for photos. For video, it's okayish, given the number game. Definitely needs improvement. Next, let's talk battery. Well, the 10 Pro Max packs in a 5020 mAh battery with Mi turbocharge support. As said, the box has a 33-watt charger, which is good to see these days, isn't it? In my initial use, a days-long battery with good use was not a problem. Another good thing to notice, this device supports reverse charging, so giving a quick top-up to your friend won't be a problem anymore. Cool, right? Next, the connectivity. This device can take in two 4G VoLTE SIM cards along with a microSD card for storage expansion. The lack of 5G might sound like a bummer, but given 5G is still nowhere seen in India at the moment, I won't personally crib about it. Supports dual-band Wi-Fi and calls over Wi-Fi. Call quality, no issues, was loud and clear. I tried it with both Airtel and Jio network. And finally, some common things. The device, as said, has stereo speakers and is loud and clear. Also has the 3.5mm audio slot. Fingerprint sensor is embedded in the power button and it's super fast as well. And yes, this device supports HD content streaming from Netflix. And the final thing, all necessary sensors including IR blaster, you have it all. Now, if you ask me, is there something that I don't like in this device? Well, I'll be testing it even more. Surprisingly, given its price and what it offers, minus the 5G part, I have nothing major to crib at the moment. In my initial use, this device seems to check on most of the aspects a consumer will look for in this range. In fact, little more, like the stunning built-in design, a 108 megapixel camera, Super AMOLED display, etc. Definitely it's a device to check out in this range. But if you're on a tight budget, then the Pro model is also something to check out for 3000 less, where the only difference is that has a 64 megapixel camera instead of a 108. Anyways, if you have any other questions about this device, do post them in the comments and I'll try to answer it. Here is a quick look at the technical specifications of this device. So, that's it for the all-new Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. Hope you guys found it informative. If you did, like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in another exciting video. Until then.